Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to fix a broken nail and I'm going to probably remove all of my old designs and start off with a fresh new set of gel. These are grown out quite a bit, as you can see, and it looks like my middle finger grows way faster than especially this one, and it's super long. So we're going to probably trim this hand down because this is my dominant hand and I need to use it for things. So I like to keep these ones a bit shorter. And this one has a really bad break. As you can see right there, it's pretty bad. So I've had some people ask me to show how to do gel nails using a tip instead of sculpting it out, which is what I normally do. And so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to remove all this gel and I'm going to place a tip on here and show you how to just make it match the rest of the nails by using a tip. So all of these are my natural nails. See if I can show you the break from the underside. You can see right there, right at the edge, and it goes pretty deep. So this one's pretty far gone. I don't think I can save it. And yeah, my nails are just, they're not good on their own. They never have been. Unfortunately, I was not blessed with naturally gorgeous, strong nails. They're weak and thin and brittle, so they break a lot, and this one broke. So I'm just going to redo everything here. That's why I keep the gel on them, and even with the gel, as you can see, they still break. At this length, I tend to bend them under. So like I'll jam it into something and it'll just bend under and then it'll get weak and eventually break, and that's what happened here. But it's fixable, so we're going to do that and then I can show you guys how it's done. So I'm going to get started by, I'm going to file off this gel design. Then I'm going to wrap the nails with acetone and foil and soak off all of the gel, and then I'll come back to you and show you what we got. To stop and mention real quick that when you get to this point, be very careful with your nail drill. Make sure that you are not filing too deeply. You do not want to file into your natural nail, but you do want to remove the bulk of the gel, especially if you're soaking it off. The thicker the gel is, the longer it's going to take to soak it off. So get it as thin as you can without going onto the natural nail, and if you are a little bit leery about doing that with the hand drill or the nail drill, use a hand file, which is what I will do here at the end. I will use a hand file and try to get it as thin as I can, and then I will wrap it up. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and take my clippers and cut this down since we're going to be doing that anyways. It'll just make it a lot easier to work with in the end, trying to get the gel off. So there it goes. And that isn't even where it's broken at. I absolutely hate doing this. It takes so long to grow my nails out. It's just so sad. I love saying, yes, that's my natural nail length. Alright, there we go, and now I'm going to go ahead and soak off the rest of the gel. So it's been a couple of hours. I've removed all of the gel and I did like an oil treatment and I just let that sit and soak in for a couple hours and then made lunch for my daughter and made some coffee and my awesome new coffee mugs that I got for Christmas and some Starbucks coffee. It's delicious. So having a couple cups of coffee and just really letting that oil soak in, and they're looking really nice. They're not too bad. So what I'm going to do now is decide how long I want these, what shape I want them, and then I'm going to get my nail tips out and figure out what size I need for this one, and then I'll meet you back. Got all of my tips here. These are just from like China. I got a huge bag of them on Amazon, I believe, and they come in all different sizes. It looks like I'm going to need a 6, and these are kind of a natural color, and they have the little well in them. So it looks like that's probably going to fit the best. I don't love how these fit, which is generally why I don't use tips. The way that they fit on the nail, and then they've got quite an arch to them, which my natural nails don't. So it looks a little off, but I've also got these French tips, and I don't know where these came from. I think these came in a kit with some other nail stuff I got as like a bonus. And these ones do seem to feel like they fit a little better. They're a little bit, they've also got the well in them, but they've got more of a curve to it. So it feels like they fit on the nail a little bit more snug, tighter feeling, and they don't have as much of an arch, but it's still there a little bit. So I really don't want to use a white tip. I want to use a more natural color tip. So when you look under the nail, you don't see that white tip. So I'm going to go ahead with the natural one, and we're going to see how it goes. So let me find my nail glue, and I will show you how to prep the nail and get it all ready for gel. What we're going to do is just place a little tiny drop in the well of the tip. And before you do that, to prep your nail, all you have to do is take a file and do the same thing you do as if you're going to do a gel application. And you just want to etch the nail slightly and clean it really good with some rubbing alcohol. And then you're ready to apply your tip. Sorry I stopped talking right here. I was trying to concentrate, but you just put a tiny amount of glue in that well and spread it around evenly. And then you want to work very quickly. You want to place it down on your nail and kind of roll it back or forward, whichever way that makes sense. But just so you're not getting air bubbles in there. And you want to push down really hard and make sure you've got all sides pushed down as well. The glue sets really fast, so do this quickly and you'll be all set. So I already shaped my nails and trimmed them. So now I'm going to trim this one down to match the other ones and shape it. And then you're going to take your file and go over top of the fake nail, and you want to thin down the section between your real nail and where the fake nail is and blend that in so you don't have a line of demarcation on your nail, so it blends nicely. And then you can start with your gel application. So as you see here, I am just shaping the tip to match the rest of the nails. You just want to do this as you would normally do your regular nail. Shape it with the file. I was having a really hard time getting the camera to stay in focus and trying to also stay in frame. It's just a really awkward angle and it's kind of a tight space. So that's why it looks so uncomfortable, because it kind of is. But you get the gist of it. Just, you know, go ahead and file the tip like you would normally do your natural nail. Okay, so I've got it filed to the length and shape that I want to match the other nails. Now we're going to do the top. You want to make sure that you're not filing your natural nail, that you're only filing the tip. You don't want to file down your natural nail, just the tip, but you want to get that edge blended really good. Okay, so the tip is now filed nice and flush with my natural nail. There's barely a lip there, and it's blended really nicely. And I buffed over all the rest of the nails, and I'm going to go ahead in with my gel. And I'm just using, this is a gel nail brush, it says medium number 6. This brush actually came with an Elite 99 gel that I have. It's the chameleon gel that I used on one of my New Year's designs. And I've been using this to do my fills and stuff with my gel, and I really like it. It's a pretty nice brush. So I'm going to use that and go in and do my normal gel application. I did also cleanse the nails with 99% isopropyl alcohol after I buffed them. So they're nice and clean. There's no dust or debris on them. And I'm going to use my dehydrator and my primer as well, like I always do. My dehydrator is from IBD, and my non-acid primer is from Sheba Nails. And that is also the brand of gel I will be using, is my Sheba. This is the Takeoff UV gel. This is what I had on previously. And this is what I'm going to continue to use until I get it all used up. And then I think I'm going to switch to a hard gel. So I will show you that when I get it. Alright guys, so I'm just going to fast forward this and do my normal gel application. Done with the fill, and I just want to try to get a close-up here and show you that where the nail was blended in with the tip, how it looks so good and natural, and you can hardly tell that there is even a tip on there. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to file the nails. I have a few bumpy spots that I'm not quite happy with, so I'm going to shape them up a little better, and then they will be all done and ready for whatever I want to do next. I'll probably do some gel polish design. I've already grabbed some glitters out of my drawer. I think I'm going to do something really sparkly. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any other suggestions of videos you'd like to see, let me know. I'm happy to try to do for you whatever that I can. And I hope you enjoyed this video. It's really pretty simple. It's not much different than doing a regular gel overlay on your natural nails. The only thing you want to pay close attention to is blending that tip in. You want to make sure you file it so the gel will stick to it. And if you guys have any questions about this at all, please feel free to ask, and I will do my best to answer those for you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!